Okay, I'm gonna wait till that stops.
Might amuse me watching you being annoyed.
Really? Funny.
Does that annoy you?
Nope, that doesn't annoy me, Doug. Nothing annoys me. You know that.
I know that.
You know I'm always cheerful.
Just happy all the
I'm
time.
always looking at the positive. Nothing ever annoys me. Doug and I are back again today for another episode of Talk Time. We haven't done We haven't done one in the car for a while.
Not for a while.
You haven't had that joy. I know you love the ones that we do in the car.
I don't have to talk much because I'm driving.
Yeah. Well, we're on our way to Virginia to see our new little baby grandchild boy.
You remember his name?
It's something. I keep on wanting to say Benjamin.
Elijah.
I know, it's Elijah. Elijah William Beecher, and they're going to call him Eli. So we're anxious to go meet him for the first time and just hold him. And there's something special about holding a little baby, isn't there? Especially when it's not ours.
Especially when you give him back.
Yeah, in the middle of the night too. I think my camera is moving. So we're going to try this here. There, yep, we're still in there. All right, it's recording. Okay, good.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
You have everything the way you want it.
I have everything just perfect the way I want it. I was looking through one of these daily guideposts and I was reading one and I thought, wow, this would be a great meditation for Dee's Delights. But then after I was done reading it, I thought, no, there's so much I want to say about this. And I try to limit Dee's Delights to under 10 minutes. Try to keep it where people can do a quick meditation in 5 to 7 minutes. Well, I couldn't
It's
do
a struggle,
that. It's
isn't
a struggle. It really is hard. And the thing is moving here. So I'm going to read this short meditation to you, and then Doug and I are going to discuss it. And it's all about annoyances. It says, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. You can find that in Psalm 34:19. It was the perfect day trip until we climbed back in our SUV for the long drive home. I turned the key and nothing happened. The battery was dead and the alternator was not charging. I found someone to give us a jump start and was headed for a dealership when I heard a loud crash behind me. I had left the hatch door open and my big toolbox had fallen out into the traffic. I watched in disbelief as a huge truck ran over it. You can imagine what that feels like. Have you ever had that happen?
Not to that extent, no.
We'll talk about that then when I'm done reading. I was able to salvage some tools, and then we drove to the dealership. I'm sorry, the dealer said, but I can't get an alternator until tomorrow. We had to stay in a motel and buy some meals. In the end, our $50 day trip took 2 days and cost over $1,000. Where is God when you need him? I muttered to my wife. It's hard to see his hand in this situation. Well, Sharon replied, don't forget about that elderly woman who gave us a jump start. She was so gracious. Yes, she was a sweetheart. And there was that salesman who called all the motels looking for the best price and then took us there in his car and picked us up this morning. Right. And don't forget the man who directed traffic so you could pick up your tools. That was a brave thing to do. Sharon paused and then added, and wasn't it wonderful of that mechanic to come in extra early today just so he could get us on our way? Suddenly I felt rather sheepish. I decided that next time I would show a little more appreciation for the friends God sends to deliver me from my afflictions. So his afflictions, would you really classify him as being afflicted?
Not afflicted.
No.
Even though he probably felt afflicted.
He felt I can only imagine the horror as you see your whole toolbox going out behind you and then some big old truck coming running right over him. And you guys have had stuff fly out of your vehicles,
Oh, we
haven't
dropped
you?
stuff out of the trucks, yes.
Yes. So, but no. So that made me think of all the stupid little things that can ruin our day or can ruin our week. And then I just started looking up some stuff, and some of the stuff you find are pretty hilarious about how shallow we can really be.
It's easy to look to the negative.
It is easy to look to the negative. So on this one here, this is one that I have happened to me quite often, and Doug, I see you doing it quite a bit, is when you want to sneeze but can't. Do you ever? Can you do a face for me when you do
No.
it? You can't. It's like you have your mouth wide open. It just won't come out. This one I have had numerous times. When your sock starts falling down inside your shoe, when it's right. And I'm going to show some pictures because they show some pictures of people that this is happening to. But if you really can't have it on, it would have to be like one of those ankle type socks. Have you ever had it happen to you? It's like where one of it just starts to slide down at like the bottom of your heel and it's inside your shoe. But
That's not a normal thing for me.
Well, that's because you wear socks that pull the whole way up to your knees. But yeah.
I wear thigh socks.
Thigh socks.
Yeah.
Thigh socks. That's cute. You'll have to show me
I
that.
have the little straps with the hooks on them
Yeah.
so they don't fall down.
Got you there, Doug. When you're rushing to get somewhere and start hitting every single red light, and we all have experienced that. But normally, you're not really hitting any more red lights than usual. It's just when you're in a hurry, you're going to notice it. So. When you get comfy in bed and then desperately have to pee.
That is annoying.
That is annoying. And then, too, at nighttime, like in the middle of the night, when you just are too lazy to get up out of bed to go pee. It's like, boy, I think I'm just going to try to sleep through it.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Let's see. When you wake up a few minutes before your alarm goes off. You do that quite a bit.
My alarm goes off after I'm up.
You sometimes wake up an hour or two before your alarm goes off. When your toe pokes through holes in your socks.
That is annoying.
That is annoying. And it's usually... It's not the big toe for me normally. It's like the next to the big toe.
It's usually the heel for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, well, I have that happen, but that's not as annoying to me than the toe. This one. Have you, when you open some bottles, they have the little lift and peel stickers? Like the thing's sealed, and then there's just this little thing that says lift and peel.
Right.
But it doesn't peel. And then you got to puncture it, rip through it. When you forget your old password, you go to reset it and then get told that your new password can't be the same as your old password. I've had that happen too.
I've never had that happen.
Oh my. When you throw something in the trash bin, miss, and then have to walk over and pick it up. Oh, the tragedies of life that we have that we have to endure. This is a really good one because I've had this happen and I know you have too. When you pour cereal into a bowl and then realize you have no milk.
Having no milk in the morning for anything is an annoying.
Well, see, I'm not a big milk fan, so to me that's not so drastic. It is if you've already taken the effort to pour the cereal into the bowl.
Well, this morning I got up and made eggs and bacon and potatoes and had my cup of hot tea and I went for the milk.
And
there's none. So by the time you get downstairs, get the milk and back up, everything's cold.
Yeah.
So I ate breakfast with no milk.
Well, we normally have milk in the upstairs fridge, but spare milk in the downstairs fridge. Well, the positive to that would have been there was spare milk in the downstairs fridge.
I was hoping you'd get up so you could get out and get it for me.
Yeah. When you walk into the room and forget what the heck, it says here, what the heck you were in there for. And we all do that. I can do that any minute of any day. I do that a lot. So I'm going to cut that because I just started stumbling over my words.
That's a lot of it there.
And finally, when you try to, this is this one. When you try to plug in a USB and can't figure out which way it's supposed to go in. I just did that yesterday. It's like I shoved it in this way, that was the wrong way. And then sometimes if you don't get it in right, this is a good one. We see the sun right now, but have you ever been like in a motel room or if there's slats, Venetian blinds, and you're laying in bed and it says here, the sun has traveled roughly 150 million kilometers to reflect off a car windshield through a small crack in my blinds to shine directly in my face. That happens out at the office when I'm at the desk. I am back clear it away, where my office is not the one that Mom used to do.
Right.
The sun can reflect off of either Jennifer's or my car, and that will come directly into my eyeballs. This one is a big pet peeve for me. People that park their shopping cart in the middle of the aisle and then stand beside it and look at the food. It's like, excuse me.
Beware giant eagle shoppers.
This would be something that might happen after like a football game, or when people were all going to their cars. And if you're going down a sidewalk and there's a group of people in front of you on the sidewalk and they're all walking very slowly, but there's no way to get around them, you know, that is an annoyance of mine.
Annoyance of you.
That is a big annoyance.
I never knew that.
Cars that don't turn off their blinkers. Does that annoy you?
More annoyance if they don't turn on their blinkers.
Oh, that's a good thought there. Perfect.
Yes.
But then the thing with, if they don't turn it off, then you don't know if they're
Well,
turning.
that's true, but when they turn and they give you no warning, that.
Yeah, that's annoying. The customer that takes 5 years to find exact change. When someone sneezes more than twice in a row, how many times do I have to say I bless you? I mean, bless you. I'm almost done. Discovering a massive pimple that sprouted overnight. Teenagers could have.
Story of my teenage years. Where the heck did that come from?
That's also like those chin hairs that kind of sprout out on women.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what's really annoying is if somebody, you hate to tell them, if you see it, like especially in the sunlight, and you can't tell them. One thing that really annoys me is like this lady here in this story. When you are complaining and you are whining about the simple little things in life, somebody tells you to look at the positive.
It's annoying, isn't it?
It's annoying.
Just let me be annoyed.
I want to be annoyed. I want to complain. But no. So those are some things that we do that are really, we don't really have any reason to be annoyed. One lady here tells us how we can overcome some of those things.
Oh, not somebody positive.
I know. Some people are positive, and that's the way we're supposed to be. But when you're in a bad mood or not having a good day, you don't want to be around somebody positive.
It's annoying.
It's annoying. It's annoying. So all you positive people out there. No, actually, they're just doing what they should do.
Some people are just naturally positive. It seems
Yeah.
like nothing really.
It kind of just, things just roll off of them.
Yep.
What a way to be. Those are the people that are truly happier in life. And this
Then they
lady,
just blow up one day.
they just blow up and go crazy. You know, I just thought of something where she is talking here about how you feel when you burn your eggs at breakfast. When you're making those dippy eggs, and before you're even done, the egg yolk breaks, and that's annoying.
Do you throw it away or make another one, or do you eat it?
Well, usually it depends on how bad and severe it is, but sometimes I have actually thrown it away and started over. So this lady is saying, resist the urge to complain. She says, believe me, I know this is easier said than done, but I've learned that the quickest way to keep something from bothering me is to not complain about it. So if we don't complain about it, even though she says here, it goes against the popular belief that you should get things off your chest. You know, sometimes we do need to get things off our chest. But when you complain about something, it magnifies the situation. You draw attention to the issue and make it bigger than it needs to be. I can see myself doing that.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, I do it a lot. Because
Yes, you do.
because when I focus on that negative thing, and the more I think about it, the more agitated I become. And that usually has to do with people more so than just things in life, you know. But whatever you put your focus on and concentrate on, that does make a difference in how big it becomes.
Whether you vocalize it, though, or it's in your head, is there any difference if you're sitting there thinking about it versus talking about it?
I don't know. It would be that you're concentrating on it. You're focusing on it. So even if I'm focusing on something, I don't actually have to verbalize it. I don't have to say it. But if I am thinking about it, that would be the same thing. I am focusing on that, and I'm letting that thing take away the joy of that moment, and I'm concentrating on that rather than trying to get my mind off and focus on something positive.
Yeah, even if we're not talking about it, but we're thinking about it, you still need to change your thoughts and get it off your mind, which is difficult.
Let's see here. She says here, look at the little picture. She said, sometimes I read too much into things, particularly when I'm feeling down or tired, or worse, when she's hungry. When I'm not feeling 100%, it's easy to misinterpret the intent behind other people's little comments or actions. So, for example, I'm upset because someone ate the last cookie without offering me one, morphs into I'm upset because no one here thinks about my feelings. But you know, simple stuff. This is simple stuff. There's, of course, more serious stuff that we let morph into something larger. She says the truth is probably somewhere more along the lines of everyone is just really, really hungry and likes cookies. But sometimes it's really hard to see and to be honest, and frankly, it doesn't always matter. Regardless of the real reason you missed out on a cookie, the truth is you can't control the things that happen to you, but you can control how you react to them. And we hear that quite a bit. It's not always fair, but the less you let things bother you, the happier you'll be.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. And also, too, she's not saying here that you shouldn't stick up for yourself, but you need to pick your battles wisely. A cookie just isn't worth the effort. There's certain things, and that's with everyone. That's with your friends, your family, co-workers. You need to pick those battles that are worth the battle and not focus on those trivial little things.
I'm fat enough I didn't need the cookie. That's what I'd have to say.
That would be a way to look at it. Look, I am trying to lose some weight. I didn't really need to eat that chocolate chip cookie with 300 calories.
Maybe I just need to buy some more cookies.
There you go. Doug, you're a
See,
positive.
maybe this is Mr. Positive.
Positive. Doug, hey, I tell you what, we're going to go and you're going to show me some positives to some of these negatives. So, this one here, she says, okay, to reverse it, that would be like you. Instead of the service in this restaurant is horrible, and you become outraged, try, I'm upset because my waitress forgot to refill my coffee. No big deal. Sometimes you're impatient at restaurants, aren't you?
Yep.
A positive person like Douglas Miller is impatient at restaurants. If the waitress isn't there within 10 seconds, Doug's like thinking, where is she? Where is she?
I don't think it's quite that bad. Maybe
a minute.
A couple of minutes.
Yeah. And it's like, well, the positive would be, well, maybe she's busy. Maybe other people have been sitting there that she needs to wait on before me. Me. This one, she said, let's see. Instead of no one here respects me and you go quietly to your desk at work and sob quietly to yourself, try, I'm upset because I asked a question in my email and he didn't answer it. Poor attention to detail, forgivable at 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. So when a coworker didn't respond to her email, maybe she doesn't need to make such a big deal that nobody respects her or blah, 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 blah. She said, oh, Lindsay loves this. Humans of New York. There's a Humans of New York Facebook page. She says, choose compassion, focus on humanity. If you find yourself getting upset with someone else, anyone from a loved one to a coworker you hardly know, you can fight feelings of annoyance by choosing compassion and focusing on their humanity. Apparently, this Humans of New York Facebook page, they have over 15 million fans and counting. And she said what they do is they share photographs and stories of random New Yorkers, and what they tell the story behind these people that they're showing this photograph of. And so they share the history, the pain, the inner thoughts of the people, and it teaches people to think of other people with more kindness. They can show compassion when they know the backstory of this person's life. So we have to remember that we should really look at other people as human beings. We are all struggling in this life. And we need to show the compassion, just like we say we never know what someone else is going through.
Well, that's what comes to mind, is a person is angry or frustrated at you, unwarranted maybe. What is that person dealing with in their personal life?
Yeah.
That has us at that point. So we never know the backstory.
No. So, and also look for the positive things. She said look for the small details. So look for the small details in people. Say someone who's always kind and considerate, somebody who might always open the door for you. Or, there's always those people that we can find something that is good about them. But we have to be looking for it. If we look for it. So we can focus, we choose what we focus on. And she has here about how to let go of the expectations. We always picture our life or our day or our week or our year. We always have these grand pictures of what's going to happen. We are not necessarily living in a reality. She's here. Oftentimes I have a picture of how I hope my day will play out in my mind. I imagine walking into my office early, making a nice cup of hot coffee, and having a fantastically productive morning. And that sounds great, But in reality, sometimes life happens. I can't find my car keys and I'm late out the door. Then when I go make my coffee, there's no milk. When I finally get to my desk and open my inbox, I'm flooded with emails. And when I look up, it's only 10 a.m. So my morning is half over. I've had no coffee and I've done nothing on my to-do list. And she says at this point, it's really easy to write the day off as a bad day. But it's early in the day. I mean, it sounds like the day might not be starting out as planned, but there's still plenty of day left that the thing can turn around the course of the day. You're already focused on what's gone wrong, and it's only 10 a.m., but she's probably going to be there till 4 or 5 p.m. Let's start anew and focus on what good can come out of the day yet.
Sounds like good advice.
Sounds like good advice. Will we follow it, Doug?
Idiot.
Yeah. What an annoying person, right? You've had some days where things just don't go as planned, especially you.
It is. It's frustrating to me to have your day all planned out in your mind, this, and this, and this, and that. And things just don't go right, and the schedule doesn't go as planned, and you don't get done what you wanted to get done. Yeah, it's easy to allow those days to get to you.
And wouldn't we be a lot happier if we didn't let those days
It would be, yeah.
get to us? So the thing to do is, what to try to do is to focus, like she says, on the little picture. Remember that these are little frustrations. And we have to be gracious and kind to people. And next time when we find those frustrations, when you do pour that bowl of cereal and there's no milk, why don't you chuckle about it?
As you cuss under your breath.
Yeah. But that's what I would like people to do. And I know I drive you crazy with these drawings. But for anyone who writes a comment of one of their pet peeves, one of those little things that just drives you absolutely nuts, write it in the comments section and we'll put you in a drawing for one of our December drawings that we give throughout the month of for the Christmas holidays. So it would be for $25, a $25 check, Amazon or Walmart gift card. If you write down one of your pet peeves, we'll put you in the drawing, and we'll draw that in the first week sometime in December.
That really annoys me.
Well, Doug, we're going to close. Would you like to close with a word of prayer?
I'm driving. I can't pray.
Well, just look straight ahead, and I'll look straight ahead too. That's annoying. People who pray with their eyes wide open, looking straight ahead.
And how do you know they're doing that?
Because I'm looking.
Right.
I'm the one who has my eyes open. Now, did you ever do that though? You're wondering if sometimes I do like bow down, but I'll leave my eyes open because sometimes I get a little dizzy, like if I stand, But then I think, I wonder if anyone else will see that my eyes are open. Then I think, well, if they do see my eyes are open, well, then theirs are open.
I can tell you're in the prayerful spirit when you're like that.
Yeah, I'm so focused. Yeah. Oh, my.
Lord, you have given us a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. It's cold outside, but Father, we can see your beauty all around us. And we just pray for a good trip today and the awesome opportunity to meet Elijah. And Father, help us to choose to be happy, to choose not to be offended, and allow those little things to take the joy out of our life. And you tell us we can cast our cares upon you, and that doesn't have to be the big things. It can also be those small, mundane things. Just help us to give everything to you, Lord, and receive our joy from you. And this I pray in your precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Doug, and we'll see you next time on Talk Time. Do you want to say goodbye to the people?
Bye.
That annoys me.
Does that annoy you?
Yeah.